This elderly couple would be stalked and terrorized for years by someone who has never been caught. Bill and Dorothy Wacker lived a quiet life in Stark County, Ohio, but in 1984 that would all change. Over the course of that year, their home was broken into twice, and finally for a third time on January 16, 1985. This is when Bill decided to get the police involved. 6 months later, Dorothy was home alone recovering from a heart surgery when someone knocked on the door. When she opened the door, a man was standing there who said that his car had broken down and he had asked to use her phone. Although she couldn't see his car, she agreed and let him come inside. After a few minutes went by, Dorothy thought the man left, but he was actually hiding inside of her house and attacked her from behind, knocking her out after hitting her in the back of the head. She woke up, bound and gagged on the kitchen floor with the man nowhere to be found. She was able to crawl to the window and alerted the neighbors, who called 911. Luckily, she was okay, but when Bill was inspecting the home, he noticed that a few items had been stolen, such as a gun, an antique watch, a radio scanner, and a video camera. He also noticed that written in crayon on the kitchen wall read, quote, "cheaper, but will do," end quote. 4 months later, Bill awoke to find his gun wrapped in a plastic bag on his front porch, and over the course of time, the other items that were stolen were also returned in an odd manner. This is when the harassment got really bad. The stalker began calling the Wackers non-stop, either threatening them or just being really creepy and breathing heavily into the phone. It got so bad that they changed their number multiple times, but the stalker always ended up getting their new phone number. Then it escalated even further. The Wackers began waking up in the middle of the night to loud banging and pounding on the side of their house, but when they investigated, they could never find anyone. They set up security lights to try and catch the person responsible, but that didn't work, and instead they woke to a note saying, quote, "Your lights are a laugh," end quote. Multiple threatening and really creepy notes started to show up on their doorstep, but authorities could never find any fingerprints. In October of 1993, Dorothy was attacked again in her home, and this time her injuries were so bad that she had multiple skull fractures. Police investigated the assault, however, they had absolutely zero leads. The Wackers were so terrified that they decided to stake out their own home with other family members, but after not seeing anything, they ended the stakeout at around 11 p.m. Not long after, they heard someone outside, and when they opened the door, they found another note that read, "Get the message." Dorothy helped create this composite sketch of the man who first attacked her. However, this person has never been caught, and to this day, this case remains unsolved. And sadly, both Bill and Dorothy have since passed away without ever knowing who was responsible.